Every time I watch a Windystairs video, I feel like it should have some sort of warning. This is warning, low-hanging fruit, don't trip. Because that's how low-hanging this fruit actually is. And so I got nothing, so let's just go to the footage.
We live in a perilous time, and one person expects one person to do the right thing while he does the wrong things. There's people that do the wrong things and they don't expect other people to react to their bad things. This is where homophobia, the stupid thing, nobody's homophobic, we are just rational.
By definition, aphobia is considered an exaggerated, usually inexplicable and illogical fear of a particular object, class of objects, or situations. And by definition, someone that is a homophobe has an extreme and irrational aversion to homosexuality and homosexual people. You cannot claim to be rational or find that being against homosexuality is a rational position, because by definition, homophobia is an irrational aversion to homosexuality. But I will grant you this. I really don't think that homophobia is the proper term. I mean, it's not like you see a gay person and you just curl up into a ball because of horrible traumatic injuries or events that happened because the last time you interacted with one. And that definitely occurs way differently than normal phobias. So I can only assume they call it homophobia because it's so much easier than saying that you're being a fucking dick.
Nothing stops us for seeing things the way they are, man. This is where homophobia, the invention, words of homophobia. Homophobe. Nobody's homophobe, man. This person who comes out of closet, he decided to be stupid.
Quite stereotypical for a fundamentalist of any religion that thinks that homosexuality is sin, or that it's particularly a sin that you choose to do. They look at that and think, like the gay man just goes, you know what? Fuck it. I love dick. I am going to suck that dick so hard, I'm going to get it right up my ass. I love the way that it feels inside my mouth. And that women are just like, you know what? I like pussy. Boobs are awesome. Well, which I can't blame them for that. Boobs are pretty nice. But it's not like they just said, boom, you know what? I am changing what I am attracted to. I'm just, there you go, I'm gay. So, the question for you, Windystairs7, is this. When did you decide to be straight? When did you decide, you know what? I find it really attractive to have warm jizz splashed against my face so I can rub it and soak it in my face and lick it off. But you decided, I think I'm going to be straight. I think I'm going to like women instead of men. As much as I love a good mouthful of cock, I'm going to try and just like women instead. When was that? When did you make that choice?
And there comes another person reacting to his stupidity, saying, man, what you're doing is stupid, man. Nature condemns that.
Nature does not condemn homosexuality. In fact, over 450 different species of animals actually experience homosexual behavior. This includes sexual activity, courtship, affection, pair bonding, and even parenting among same-sex animal pairs. This is not just dominance where one is just fucking the one in the ass because it can. There's actually, I would call it emotion, but there is affection and bonding that happens between the same-sex pair. Also, there is a species of all-female lizard, whiptail lizards. It's only females, and they actually mate every year, but there is no fertilization through a sperm. It's through parthenogenesis, which is basically a virgin birth, but it's the mating that actually allows the eggs to form. So with examples of, 450 plus species and homosexual relationships that allow eggs to grow, homosexuality is not condemned by nature. It's perfectly acceptable. So with that being said, let me ask you this, Windystairs7. Are animals that are experiencing homosexual behavior, are they rejecting God? Are they ignoring God's will? Are they being deceived by Satan?
God condemns that. Science condemns that.
No one's surprised that God condemns homosexuality or all our many religions because, whatever. But science? Again, nature doesn't condemn it, so I'm pretty sure, one, that science is a tool to be used to help understand the world around us. So science doesn't exactly have an opinion on the matter, but we actually have done things like studying MRI brain scans of homosexual men and women and straight men and women and talk about their comparisons. So the asymmetries between the brains and how the wiring of the amygdala from one side to the other is, we find that when the gay men and straight women have a wiring of the amygdala on this one side, while the brain scans for straight men and gay women all had the wiring of the amygdala on the opposite side. Science has also let us know that it's possible for people to be born gay. They've done all types of research and shown that, for example, let's say if a woman has 4 or 5 boys, that 5th or 4th kid has a good chance of actually ending up, starting off being gay. When the baby is being born, if it's more of a female, supposed to be a female, that the body will rush estrogen. If it's a boy, I believe it sends out androgen or testosterone. I forget which, or maybe both. I don't remember. But on that 4th or 5th child, the body seems to find that the fetus is more of a parasite and tends to rush estrogen at it. I'm not sure if it's trying to kill it, but it's definitely going to end up messing with the very important chemicals that are necessary for development of that fetus, and that actually makes the child more likely to be gay. Now, this is just having to do with the boys. I'm not even sure how that deals with women, but there is definitely a strong link. So no, science does not condemn homosexuality. It explains pretty well what actually happens.
Or every single source, every single credible source condemns that.
What?
Or every single source,
Nope, I don't have a clue.
And instead that person changed his mind and go back to the closet. He wants to change your mind, man, which is impossible for them to change my mind. It's impossible.
I want to point out the fact that he just said it's impossible for them to change his mind, and it's impossible to change others' mind, but at the same time, he thinks that they changed their mind and decided to be gay. Anybody else seeing the problem with that? Anybody? Give you a few seconds. Yeah.
Don't expect people, you can call people bigot, homophobe. Those 2 words has become to represent people who care about rationality, people who care about nature, people who care about humanity, people who care about kids.
You see what he said there? He said that people that are considered homophobes and bigots, that they care about nature and people and kids. Yeah, because I remember all the bigots out there that said that women couldn't vote and they weren't good for much of anything else but being breeding stocks, and black people shouldn't be free, that they should be our slaves and we should be separate from the black people. Black people have AIDS and gay people all have AIDS and they shouldn't be allowed to marry black people and gay people shouldn't be allowed to marry, because they respect nature and kids and people. And they show it by not caring about their fellow people.
If you want homophobia to go away, change. That's it. You homosexual? Change.
Brilliant, mind-shattering brilliance on the part of Windystairs. Just change. That's easy. I can do that. I'll just I'll just change. I can do that. I love dick. I love cock. I love penis. Fuck vagina. Well, no, I can't fuck vagina. I gotta fuck a guy in the ass. Okay, I'm gay. God damn it, Windystairs. Are you that fucking retarded?
Stop making coming out videos. Stop having parades. Stop this mental marriage, man. Homophobia will end, man.
So let me get this straight. Instead of changing the person that actually has the fear, the homophobia, we change the person that is gay. We tell them that they can't be gay or that they should not be acting so gay, and therefore there'll be no homophobia. Right. So for people that are afraid of water, we should get rid of all the water, and there will be no aquaphobia. I think that's actually how whatever that's called. Then we should get rid of spiders, and therefore nobody will be afraid of spiders anymore. No, that's not how this works, Windystairs7. What we do is we treat our fellow human beings like human beings and quit claiming things such as being homosexual is against nature and that's irrational, when nature has no problem with it and there's nothing irrational about it to begin with. No, I was going to go further. I'm just going to end it right here before I carry on. This video is quite long enough as it is. This is the Atheist Chef signing off. Peace.
We live in a perilous time, man. One person expects one person to do the right thing while he does the wrong things. There's people that do the wrong things and they don't expect other people to react to their bad things. This is where homophobia, the stupid thing, nobody's homophobic, we are just rational.
By definition, a phobia is considered an exaggerated, usually inexplicable and illogical fear of a particular object, class of objects, or situations. And by definition, someone that is a homophobe has an extreme and irrational aversion to homosexuality and homosexual people. You cannot claim, I mean, it's not like you see a gay person and you just curl up into a ball because of horrible traumatic injuries or events that happened because the last time you interacted with one. And that definitely occurs way differently than normal phobias. So I can to be rational or find that being against homosexuality is a rational position, because by definition homophobia is an irrational aversion to homosexuality. But I would grant you this, I really don't think that homophobia is the proper term. Every time I watch a Windystairs video, I feel like it should have some sort of warning. This is warning, low-hanging fruit, don't trip. Because that's how low-hanging this fruit actually is. And so I got nothing, so let's just go to the footage.